This is the most requested air fryer review of this year so far. Cosori have launched two new models, the TurboTower and the TurboTower Pro. They've taken the concept of a space-saving stacked dual drawer air fryer and given it their own distinctive spin with design tweaks and extra features. In this video, I'm going to explain the differences between the standard model and the Pro and show you why I think I've found my new favourite air fryer. So to begin, two important things that you need to know. Firstly, in this video, I'm mostly going to be talking about the TurboTower Pro, but I'll also cover the differences between the Pro and the standard model, and I'll do a summary of the differences at the end. So if you need to, use the chapters on the timeline and in the description to skip ahead to exactly the information that you need in this video. Secondly, this air fryer was gifted to me by Cosori, but as ever, you'll get my honest opinion of it, and they haven't paid me to make this video or asked me to say anything particular about it. But what they have done is offered me a second TurboTower Pro to give away to one of you. So make sure you watch until the end of the video to find out how you can be in with a chance of winning it. So as some of you who've been around on this channel for a while will know, I've been using the Cosori dual drawer air fryer for the last 2 years and I'm still very happy with it. But a year ago we moved and we're currently living in a house with a pretty small kitchen and a lot of appliances, as you can imagine, which are all competing for space. Added to that, everyone in my family likes to cook, so it's a constant battle for a slice of worktop. A few stacked air fryers have been through my kitchen for testing, but none of them have been good enough so far to make me want to give up my dual drawer Cosori until this one. And the big reason that this one has succeeded where the others haven't is down to the positioning of the heating elements. On the Ninja double stacks, the heating elements are at the back, and when I made the video about them, I said that I thought that this was probably because Ninja wanted to keep the drawers in the double stack the same size as they are in the dual drawer models. And then added to that, they were limited by how tall they could make the whole appliance and have it still fit under kitchen cabinets. So they simply ran out of usable vertical space for the heating elements and so stuck them at the back. Cosori, on the other hand, have completely started from scratch with the two TurboTowers. They've created an appliance that still fits comfortably under most wall-mounted cabinets and also fits a worktop with a standard 60cm depth. And by that, what I mean is, with its fenders pushed up against the wall, which gives you 3 inches of clearance at the back, there is still enough space to fully remove a drawer and place it on the worktop. And within the dimensions of the appliance they've created, they've also managed to fit in overhead heating. And in the case of the Pro version, they've actually managed to fit in a bottom heating element in the lower drawer as well. And the result is an air fryer which actually has a larger combined capacity than the Cosori dual drawer, but of course on a smaller footprint. This model has two different sized drawers. They both have a surface area which is 24cm by 24.5cm, but the bottom drawer is 12cm deep with a 6.5 litre capacity, and the top one is 8.5cm deep with a 4.3 litre capacity. The depth of that second drawer means you can comfortably fit a whole chicken in it, and it's wide enough for a good sized pizza too. The top drawer is also a really decent capacity with lots of surface area to cook on. In addition to this, the bottom drawer comes with a rack included, so you can actually cook food on 3 different layers. Cosori say that Zone 1, which is the top drawer, and the top of Zone 2, the bottom drawer, should be used if you want extra crispy results, and that the space under the rack in Zone 2 is better suited to foods that don't require as much crisping. Now, I tried layering breaded chicken on the rack to cook, and although both batches cooked through in about the same time, it's very clear which pieces were on the top rack and which were underneath. Now, that's not a fault. It is explained in the instructions, and it does say that you should use it for the right food, or of course, you can just accept that if you need the capacity, the food on the bottom just won't brown quite as much. One of the premium features of the TurboTower Pro is the PTFE and PFOA-free ceramic coated crisper plates and baskets. And over the 3 weeks that I've been using this, I have really noticed the difference in the quality of that surface. It feels much more durable and it's easier to get clean. Of course, the true test will be what it looks like in a year or 2 years from now, and hopefully I'll still be around on this channel to tell you. But so far, I'm very impressed with it, and I think that that alone is worth paying the extra for over the standard model. Now, talking of price, if you want to see the price difference between the two models, there are links in the description below which will show you the current prices, including any offers in your country. Both the TurboTower models are supposed to be able to cook for up to 8 people, and I think you can absolutely do that, but day to day these models were probably better suited for a family of 4 or 6. Now, before I talk about the different cooking modes on this model, if you're new here, I make weekly videos that help you choose and use your home appliances. If you hit the subscribe button, it won't cost you any money, but you'll be able to find this channel easily next time you want to research home electricals. The TurboTower Pro has 7 different cooking functions, which by now most of you will probably be pretty familiar with. There's air fry, which cooks crispy food on a high heat. Roast, which is great for foods that you want to be tender and juicy on the inside and crisp on the outside. Bake for cakes and muffins. Grill for direct heat from above. Reheat, which gently warms leftovers. Dry, which is a long program at a low temperature to slowly dehydrate food. And Proof, which is another warm program to prove dough or make yogurt. Temperature-wise, the range is between 30 and 230 Celsius, and it also has, as you would expect, a sync feature, so both drawers can finish cooking at the same time, and a match feature, so you can duplicate settings from one drawer to another. There are, however, 2 things missing which are on the dual drawer and not on the standard or pro version of the TurboTower, which are a shake reminder and a preheat. The Pro version of the TurboTower is also Wi-Fi connected, so you can use it with the VSync app for recipe ideas, setting up your air fryer to cook, and for monitoring your cooking progress from a distance. Now, over the last couple of months, I've had a couple of people comment asking if Cosori's dual heating element models might be more expensive to run because of the additional heating element, which is a fair question. So here's how the 2 different drawers of the Pro model did in my energy tests. The small drawer used about the same as the single drawer in the Hayden and Ninja double stack, even though it's actually a smaller capacity. But the larger drawer, which has the 2 heating elements, didn't use significantly more power, even though it was also bigger. All 4 of those drawers, including the Ninja and the Hayden, used about 4p of energy, running for 10 minutes. And both models of the TurboTower have a DC motor, which means they cook faster and will be running for less time anyway. And that, by the way, is something that you will need to get used to on this model. I got caught out by it a couple of times. It does definitely cook things faster. Now, onto the differences between the 2 models. It's not straightforward, so please bear with me. I said that there were 2 models, which is true, but also there are actually 3. First of all, the TurboTower Pro has 7 different cooking modes. The dual heating elements in zone 2, it's Wi-Fi enabled, and it's got the ceramic coating. And then this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. There's actually 2 versions of the standard TurboTower, one which Amazon sell and one which other retailers sell. Both standard versions have Teflon coating rather than ceramic. The grey Amazon one only has 6 cooking modes, so lacks the dry option and has a maximum time setting of 12 hours. And the black version of the standard model, which is available from other retailers, has all 7 cooking options, including dry, and a maximum time of 24 hours. So in summary, this I think is going to fly off the shelves this year. I'm going to give the TurboTower Pro 9 out of 10. I'm only deducting a point for the lack of the button to turn a shake reminder on and off, and also purely because I have to leave some room for another amazing air fryer to come along with a feature that I've never thought of, but it is very close to perfect. So if you fancy winning a Cosori TurboTower Pro, you have until the end of August to enter the competition. Head down to the description for details of how you can enter, and the winner will be picked at the beginning of September. And if you like what you've seen so far with the TurboTower Pro and are wondering about accessories that fit it, I've got a blog post about that. That's also in the description. And if you're curious about accessories generally, a video all about them is appearing on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.